Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Going Nuclear. I'm here with Lennard Wang, who is a Master's of Chemical Engineering student at the University of New Brunswick. Leonard, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Osama. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Leonard. Good to see you.
Tell us, Leonard, about your journey
Yes.
coming to Canada as an international student. How was that experience like?
Yep. So I didn't introduce myself yet. I'm Qingchen. This is my original name, Qingchen Wang, and you can call me Leonard as well. So I'm from China, from northern China, Shandong province. So we see snow in the wintertime as well. It's a little bit cold out there as well. It's
Nice.
very close to the capital, Beijing. And so I came here 2018 to do my undergrad. So I like chemistry and I like to have applied science opportunities that bring me together to chemical engineering. And UNB really gave me the opportunity to study that one. And that's why I came to UNB at the time. And it was great. It was a great opportunity to study on there. And so there, in terms of the application, I did in my high school, I had the opportunity to study in the international high school. So basically, Maple Leaf International High School at the Dalian City. So that place is basically cooperating with the international universities, places like from Canada, Australia, US, British. So lots of my friends, they went to Australia and also British as well. States, some of them went to States. Yeah, it wasn't too complicated, but you need to have a good grade at the time to basically keep on going, especially in the engineering perspective. A lot of students don't really tend to put a lot of efforts when they're studying in high school because they think everything's gonna be all right. I'm just young and I'm able to do better work in the future. But no, like earlier you realize every step is important. It's better for your future. But a lot of times people learn from mistakes and people learn from the past experience and past time as well. So well, it's never be too late, I guess.
Yeah. And
Yes.
how did you find out about Canada, about opportunities here?
Yes.
How did you choose to go to University of New Brunswick?
Yeah, so Canada really gave me a great education opportunities, to be honest. Like what I would study in my chemical engineering, that's what I dedicated on. And in the third year of my undergrad education, UNB basically reopened the nuclear power option for us to study more things on the nuclear. Then I choose to study the first class Introduction to Nuclear Engineering. That was wonderful. I absolutely love that program. Like in terms of the how clean the nuclear can provide into the society, how great this, how much potential good opportunities that this energy can give to the greater good for all human civilizations. This is absolutely uh, wonderful and have a bright future in the future. Have a bright future basically. So that's why I study nuclear for more basically.
So China's going hard at nuclear, like they're
Yes.
just going all in into nuclear energy. Why not study nuclear engineering in China?
Because the original at the time I got here, I was only come here to study chemical engineering at the time, and the nuclear power option that I'm able to study was a great. It was a I didn't expecting that at the beginning, but when I actually study that, I know I love it, and I know I want to contribute more in the into this industry in local. That's a very important and unique opportunity to study, and that's what I'm doing right now, basically.
Let's deep dive into the differences between the course-based versus a thesis-based master's.
Yeah,
What are the advantages of doing a course-based master's versus a thesis-based?
sure.
And tell us a little bit about, your own experiences, but also experiences of your other colleagues and, the people that you've seen and take different career paths
Yeah,
based on the different thesis or course-based masters.
yep. So as we mentioned already, there are two types of master program that you're able to do. As a grad student, there are three options: course-based master, research-based master, or PhD. PhD is another level of work and challenge, which also have a lot of respective works as well. Their work, their time, their dedication of solving challenges are remarkable, I would say. Like there's so many different issues that you need to solve on your own, on the support with your team to get it done, basically. And for back into the master degree, I would say two types as an example for UNB. So they are, in terms of the chemical engineering discipline only, so the course base need to evolve into, like, basically the course base, the benefits for course base is a shorter time. So you relatively have a year worth of school that you need to spend on. And you need to finish 10 classes, basically. That's what I believe, 10 coursework. And each coursework, you need to work on a grad project in the end. So you accumulating 10 grad projects you are writing. So each project is like 20 pages or 24 pages reports. You write a lot of things overall as well. And research-based, another story. Research-based is basically you have scholarship that's what's sponsored by your supervisor, and you have, for me, I'm doing research-based, and also I'm doing experimental work. So you need to perform a lot of experiments, and your overall time spent is much longer compared to your the course base. It's 2 years. So you're spending 2 years relatively. Some people can do earlier, can finish earlier. Some people can take a little bit longer time. That is it depends on individual basically. But overall, it's like 2 years. And within the time, I would say for the course base, you also have more opportunities to explore on the co-ops. So because you are not really stuck in the lab or spending too much time in the lab, so you have your own ability to maybe finish one semester, then go for another co-op for 4 months, 8 months, and go back to study after that one. Those are possible options. And for research base, that is a little bit limited because you need to make sure work, your research work needs to be done first. And that usually take a year or two already. Then if you are planning to do another co-op, which is also greatly beneficial, that's gonna extend your time to basic 3 years. But all experience are important experiences, especially for the nuclear related work. All piece of little steps gonna accumulate into a greater step. So all necessary works. That's what I'm saying.
So how has your experience been so far with the course-based masters?
Course base. So yeah, I didn't mention one more thing. So for the research base, you also need to study coursework as well.
Really?
Yes, you need to also do
That
coursework.
and a lot of people don't know that. I didn't know that.
Yes. You need to. So in terms of the course-based master, you need to do 10 courses, right? And research-based, you need to do 5 courses.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So you do half of the work, but also you have your own project, your own master uh, experimental work, and thesis need to write. That's a lot of work, basically. And you also need to defense, which is a big work as well. A lot of people scared of defense, but uh, if you know what you are doing, you will be all right. Yes.
Okay, so which path do you recommend and for who?
Important thing overall is that you need to have a GPA, okay, like good GPA relatively, like 3.0, above 3.0 overall GPA is necessary to apply a master. But I also want to mention it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory to have that because especially for the research-based master, if you have the dedication, if you know what you're doing and you know this is what I want to research on, you can go to see the professor, see the doc, see the supervisor. Everything can be possible. There's nothing is impossible. What they need is a dedicating students that are able to finish the work that is strong enough that they won't give up when they're facing problems. Those skills, no matter you learn from school or learn from work, is all gonna build in your character. So I think from that part, if you're brave enough, you're able to find a master's no matter what.
So, when I was an undergrad, I used to have a lot of teaching assistants,
Yes.
and there were the vast majority of them were doing their master's
Yes.
degrees. And I remember them like just spending countless hours in labs and just really, really like putting a lot of time and dedication. So what was that transition like going from undergrad, which is pretty time consuming,
Yes.
I felt, to a master's program? Like what's that workload like?
I would say compared to an undergrad, grad pro, you have more you have more flexibility to arrange your time, but you also have more work. That you also have more unpredictable work that potentially happening. For example, when you're doing your lab work, when you're doing analysis, this type of analysis may work. For example, if you're doing solution work, ICP-MS, like inductive coupled plasma mass spectrometry, may work on a certain range that you need to play with in terms of to find out the best range or best apparatus that you need to do for your analysis. Those work are not being planned before. Nobody did that before. You need to dig on your own to figure out is that a good way to go or is that a wrong way to go? That take a lot of time to test fail basically. And other than that, you also be able to apply for TA, the teaching assistant work for the undergrad students. That is very interesting basically, because when I am in my master program last semester and the semester before, I'm doing the TA for the fourth year chemical engineering lab work. So that was very interesting because I know a lot of students I was in undergrad and I am now the master students. Well, they are still undergrad at that time. So that was very unique and wonderful opportunities. I'm able to support on them in terms of the best practice and also so I think those are very important things too. And also my own experience that I learned from labs, my work and my undergrad study, I can give them, and also the potential co-op opportunities that I was doing in my undergrad. So those are the good opportunities that I can share my experience with all the people, and I think a lot of things are appreciated on those things as well. So there's a great beneficial for both sides, which I enjoy a lot.
So how do you balance that? Like doing a teaching assistant role, you have to go show up to the tutorials.
Yes.
You have to develop that, that curriculum that you're sharing,
Yes.
right? And then also you've got to grade everything as well. So that sounds like a lot of work. How do you balance your master's program as well as doing a TA on the side?
You just you just need to you just need to do it. You just need to do it, honestly.
Just do it.
Just do it, exactly. Get yourself a time planning. Get yourself like, for example, manage your things on Google Calendar is a good way. I really enjoy managing, schedule my things on the Google Calendar. It's a very great tool. If you use Apple, you can use the Apple Calendar, and if you use Android, you can use Google Calendars. Put your important days, and they also have task planning as well. You know that those are the tasks I need to be done today, and those are the ones I need to done. For example, on Thursday, I have a full day worth of lab that I need to do. And on the next Friday or next Monday, I have an entire day for SEM, like the like the microscope works. So put on the calendars and you know that day you are busy, and you know before that day how much time or how much work that you need to put to make that a good day. So a lot of things you need to organize, optimize by yourself. But it works. As long as you are on the right track and you have let the wheel runs, everything's gonna be okay. Yes.
Nice. In terms of like workload, for as a TA,
Yes.
versus like how much time you're putting into your day-to-day courses, how many hours does that look like?
Yep.
Like
Let me
grading, presenting, like everything. Like, how does that look like? Give us a breakdown.
Yep. So TA work also have a lot of different work as well. TA working can do marking works. So the marking reports is really up to your time. You can spend the time on the weekends to do the work, even spending the nights to do the work. But lots of like grad students TA doing uh the lab works. The lab related TA for the undergrad students. Those are really dedicating day or half day that you need to spend on on the the work. So for example, in my case, I last semester every Thursday for 2 months I have an entire day worth of sections starting at 9 o'clock all the way until 5, sometimes 6 o'clock. So those are like a day that I need to basically spend in the lab with undergrad students, supervising them to make sure they're doing things all right. Then other than that, the other days, like from Monday to Friday, so 4 days I'm able to do my own work. And during weekends, I sometimes, if I still have more energy, I'll do more work. But if I'm tired, I just relax to recover more energy, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell us about your week. Like, let's start from
Yes.
day one, Monday to Sunday. Like, what does that look like?
Sounds great. That's very interesting. Usually, last semester is a little bit busy. Last semester is very busy, actually. So I have every Monday and Wednesday morning from 9 o'clock to 11:30. I have the whole morning time worth of a class. But also Friday morning time, I have a class like for an hour. So relatively, I have more time compared to Monday and Wednesday. And afternoon is basically I would like to doing more projects, doing more school works. And usually for Tuesday, usually for Tuesday, I need to work on some analysis work because I mainly work on the lab during the summertime already. So summertime I have less coursework load, so I can dedicate more on my research experiments. So that's my time. And so basically that's how you plan your time. Like it's busy, yes, but it's very meaningful busy. You keep your time organized and you know what you are doing and you enjoy the time. Yes. So every Thursday, basically every Thursday for 2 months in last semester, I need to work as a lab TA for the undergrad students. And that work is basically a fourth year chemical engineering lab at UNB. It's a very interesting lab. It's a very meaningful one as well. So before that, I need to mark the students' work plan, make sure their work plan, their procedures, their objectives are meeting the scope, basically. After that one, on the day, I'll be there earlier at 9 o'clock and set up all the apparatus, I'll make sure that all the pumps, everything's running all right, and waiting for the students to be there. Then the students doing all trials of experiments. That's a whole day worth of experiments, a very long time, all the way until some students finish that a little bit earlier. Some people finish it later, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, a lot of times. So that's basically a whole day. After that one, after the student left, I need to pack the chemicals back into the chemical storage rooms and ensure all the products looks clean and safe for the next time to use, basically. So that's all my Thursday for last semester in 2 months. Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Good time. Good time.
So, your courses in master's program, are they different than undergrad courses? Like, is the lecture style similar or
It's the same class.
okay.
It's the same class with undergrad students. You basically, when you are doing those classes, you have undergrad students with you at the time. It just the the distribution, the score distribution are a little bit different. So when you are doing undergrad for those classes, you don't need to do a master project. But for master students, you usually do a master project worth 10% of your overall grades. So that part take a lot of time in the end of the semester, really, like really take a lot of time. But you are able to bring that particular, because you have the flexibility to choose class when you are doing a master's. Oh, I want to study this class on the nuclear chemistry, on that class on the nuclear physics, reactor physics, for example. I know those are the things I would like to study. And then you put the worth of the research project on those classes closer to your own research field. That's be able to build up your knowledge base more in terms of your literature review, stuff like that, which is greatly beneficial, I would say.
What's the most difficult part about your master's? Let's start with what's the easiest part and what's the hardest part of a master's?
There are ways to solve all the problems. That's no problem, but you need to find the way. That part is difficult. So I would say the hardest part for a master, not only for master, for all grad students, or even for the co-op students, is to find your own uh, self-motivation. Is very important. You know what you are doing. You have the ability to plan ahead. Then left things behind, and things gonna be very complicated overall, grinding a lot of work together. And also another thing, important thing I want to mention is a very critical, very hard for the grad students and also uh, masters, like all sorts of work. When you know something's not going all right, ask for help. That's very important, to be honest. That's very important. Like, don't leave this problem until the very last minute, or even just try to abandon that thing, like make everything seems all right. No, that's not a good way. That's not even close to a good way. You're gonna see big problems in the future. But I mean, don't leave any problem for the future. If you can solve it now, do it now, because you don't want to leave any trouble in the future. So that is hardest part for the master student. Your self-motivation and also your ability to ask for help, ask for support. Those are very important things. And the easy part is when you get those abilities, when you know how to plan time, everything really flows. You're able to plan time not only doing your lab work, doing your coursework, and also you are able to come to the events, conferences, to join the conference in all good times, end of the semester or the summertime, or workshops. There are lots of workshops in the national wise or like international wise, there's so many good things that can work together. So those are things that you basically need to plan ahead to have the ability to the time planning. Then you are able to go into those events. Even co-ops are available for grad students. Like if you are really a dedicated person that looking that you know what you're looking for, and basically you're able to plan your time all right, finish your work, finish your even your experimental work earlier, and you're able to do a co-op like for research master as well a lot of time.
This episode is being recorded live at the annual CNA Conference, Canada's largest gathering of professionals from across the nuclear industry. If you want to know more about the association's work, please click on the link in the description below.
Yep.
That's cool. That's
It's-
cool. So, you're talking about coming out to social events. We're here at the CNA Conference.
Yes.
It's the largest nuclear energy conference in Canada. It's massive. I think for me, it's been maybe my fourth or fifth time being here at the CNA, and it's a magical experience. I think it's an incredible, informative experience where you're networking and you have the whole industry here at your fingertips, and it's such a unique way to create opportunities for yourself. So tell me about your experience here at the CNA.
Yep, sounds great. So this is the third time I'm coming to the CNA conference. The first two time I come here in 2022 and 2023 as a sponsor students. So this time I'm coming here. The reason why I'm coming here is basically I wish to keep me updated in terms of what are the news that are coming right now. What are the potential opportunities and projects that we're trying to build domestically here. And Ontario is doing great work. New Brunswick is doing great work as well in terms of keep the nuclear and the domestic nuclear going. Those are a lot of great efforts to put on. So I'm coming here to see the collaborations, and networking with the professionals and industry, and also the school-wise, like universities. There are lots of professors coming here to join these events as well. So networking is very important. A lot of time people are shy, like to start a conversation, but everyone's friendly. If you're asking for who you are, where you work at, or what you study, everyone's looking forward to answer the question. You just need to start a conversation. It's a tricky part, but it's the important part to start, basically.
For sure. Like, so in your past 3 times attending the CNA, tell me what the value that it's brought to your career. How has this conference facilitated growth in your career?
Networking truly works. Networking truly works. There's a lot of great opportunities, basically, when you communicating with others, when you talk with others, show yourself, know what you're good at, then tell others who are you and what you study, and what are your advantages and what are your capabilities. People will recognize you. People will recognize you when you are confident about yourself, when you know what you're doing. Conversation become opportunities. A lot of times conversation become opportunities, and I think those are important because a lot of times people are not talk to each other, and the disconnection makes conflicts all the times, and the disconnection really creating a lot of challenges. So communication, collaborating with together is really uh, make everything work great, I would say. And also, I want to say for the CNA, so for the CNA Canadian Nuclear Association Conference, the organization also providing sponsor student opportunities to come to these events. Every year they have roughly around 100 students coming to the events for sponsors, or cover the flights, cover the hotels, and cover the registration to the events. Those are great opportunities. Like students should come to the events to know more people from the industry, big industry people, and also uh, they have co-op opportunities, internships, potential work for the future employees, and also uh, really can build your career another step when you are coming to these events more often. And also, before you come to the events, build yourself your resumes and cover letters, all right? Get familiar with your cover letter. Don't write it with ChatGPT. Write it with your own words, because you can only express greatly with your own words when you are truly talk about that. I write my resume and cover letter by my own. I wrote all words by my own, all my express words by my own, because I know that is me. That is exactly me. I know those are the things I wish to present in front of the employers. And I want them to know me, and also it's a good time for me to know the employers. Share values between each other, really bring the networks and bonding together. That's what I'm thinking. Very important. Get prepared with your resumes, cover letter, and write on your own. Go over the mock interview. Just interview with yourself, like with the mirror in front of you. Talk with it, and try to be confident and introduce yourself. Those are great opportunities. Those are great times that you can build characters and build important potential future networks, basically, I would say.
So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this discussion, Leonard. I think this is such a relevant topic because um, there's so many students out there that are interested, genuinely interested in doing a master's program, and they're like, "Hey, should I take that leap of faith?" Right? Or even building it into their career trajectory, right? Like building in a master's program into like, "Hey, I'm going to do undergrad, I'm going to do master's, and then I'm going to graduate." So I think this is really helpful. That value proposition, sharing your journey, sharing your experiences. So really appreciate this. You coming onto this channel. Is there any last thoughts that you'd like to share with the audience?
I really want to express my great appreciation to Osama to invite me for this podcast, for this conversation, the interview. This is wonderful. Like I love nuclear, and I love nuclear industry. This can create really great potential, great opportunities for almost everyone to have clean and good energy. Like that's really have great potential to bring the world a cleaner energy resource. And if you enjoy nuclear, follow me on LinkedIn and follow me on. I use LinkedIn quite often, so if you really wish to make connections, you can search my name. So my name printed on LinkedIn is Leonard, Leonard. My and my name Qingchen, Qingchen, and last name Wang, Wang. So try to connecting with me on LinkedIn, and I'm looking forward to see you all on LinkedIn and communicating more about my experience and potential opportunities in the future. Thank you.
Awesome. So there you have it, guys. In the description below, you'll have Leonard's contact, as well as any other information that was discussed in this podcast. Well, really enjoyed this chat. Thanks again. Take care. Till next time.